I would say officially, we're within the office. I don't know that the government currently has fiscal anchors, which of course causes the people that I work with a considerable degree of concern at this point. As everyone knows, the government did have fiscal anchors. The previous Minister of Finance had the fiscal anchor of ceiling of the annual deficit at 1% of GDP, along with a declining debt to GDP ratio. It's unclear where those stand. They haven't been reiterated by the current government, to the best of my knowledge. With respect to your point regarding the capital and the operating side, we haven't seen a clear definition of what would fall into capital and what would fall into operating. So at this point, it's impossible for us and for you as parliamentarians to assess the likelihood or probability of the government hitting any fiscal target.
So if the government is impeding the PBO from fulfilling its mandate as a fiscal monitor without any fiscal anchors being identified, a budget that has not been presented yet, and it sounds like it's going to be pushed back even further than what the Prime Minister promised earlier, would you say it creates more uncertainty for potential business investment in Canada?
So the uncertainty is always elevated in a period of low transparency. That goes without saying, well researched and well demonstrated. And that's why the Parliamentary Budget Office was created and set up in 2008. So in these situations where, for whatever reason, there ends up being a gap in fiscal transparency, the Parliamentary Budget Office will not only point out that potentially we're operating with incredibly low levels of fiscal transparency, which will feed into business uncertainty, among other things. And if the government wants to go 12 months without producing a budget, I would, as a citizen, I'd feel a little bit uncomfortable. As somebody who works in the Parliamentary Budget Office, I would say, that's great for us because we will occupy all the space that they decide to give up.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. At the end of my last round of questioning, Mr. Jacques, you confirmed that Canadians are still left to pay for Liberals' inflationary spending. Should that concern or alarm Canadians?
I think in the same way that you'd be worried about any in managing your own household finances, people are really aware of how much money they owe and how much they're paying on debt service costs. Yeah, you definitely should be aware of it. And in a situation where you're in a context where the labor market sucks, wages are not going up, you're facing significant technological change right now, and some of the major priors or assumptions of how the world works and how the economy works are changing or they're gone. Yeah, it would definitely cause me. I think it would cause anybody anxiety to worry about what type of how much debt you had, how much you're paying on it.